Hello and welcome to Premiere Scene. I'm Nicola Johnston and it's day 4 of Film4's FrightFest here at the Empire Cinema in Leicester Square, and today we're chatting to the creators of Before Dawn. Congratulations. It has such integrity and you can really see the heart and the passion and the hard work that's gone into it. Dominic, this is your debut as a director. You star in the film as well and you did the editing. What was it like juggling all those different things?
It was just all different, so it was like a change is as good as a rest for me, and it was great to learn so much as well. I'd never directed before, or I'd seen directing, but I'm a massive fan of film anyway, so I just picked my favourite shots out of films. I really studied where to put the camera. We planned it to death over a year. And then editing, I just fell in love with editing. I'd never edited before and I really took my time with it. You know, did it at night when everybody's in bed and over 6 months, something like that. So it was great just to give myself time and not say, you've got 4 weeks, learn how to edit and put it out there. You know, it was really good to take time, then choose the music to put over the top and just pick the pacing of each scene and trying to do it that way, you know.
You can really see the thought that's gone into it. I mean, you wrote the scripts, you're the screenwriter.
Yeah, well, not the screenwriter, I'm storyliner. Yeah, it was kind of my idea. Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, it's strange really, because it wasn't planned or anything. We went away for a weekend just to get, you know, we've got 2 little boys and stuff, so we needed to get away from them really. And then we just chatting about film and what we liked and what we didn't like about film. And I like horror, but I'm not a zombie. I wasn't before a zombie fan, and we were just discussing how I like more of a journey and I like to get into the characters and understand them and be drawn into them, and you were talking about the whole zombie horror genre, and then we just thought, okay, let's give this a go and let's try and put something on paper, and that's how it came about.
You talk about it being character driven, and both of the characters go on a huge journey. I mean, I found the film extremely sad in moments, I mean, and really realistic. You actually believe in the situation. How important was that for you to get it to come across in the film?
For me, that was very important.
That was number one rule, really.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I just like zombie films because they're chase films, just people just getting hacked and running around, and you just go, oh, great effects. But Joe was saying that's not enough. You know, there should be a story. So for Joe, the story without the zombies was first and foremost to keep it as an intriguing film where you really got to know these characters and care for what their situation was, and then throw the zombies at them and see what that does to explode that situation and whether they can redeem themselves with the zombies arriving and that. And I was fascinated. It seemed like a really intelligent story to me, and I thought, God, you know, this could work. So we turned it into a screenplay. A friend of ours did the screenplay, who's a professional screenplay writer. And then we got backing, and then we made it, you know. So we were like, oh, it really, you know, we're hoping that it works, you know. So yeah, but thanks for spotting all of it. So that's great. That's great.
I also heard that Metrodome are now backing you as well. So again, huge congratulations on that. I'd just like to ask a bit about the camera work is stunning. It's visually beautiful, and there's lots of tiny little details in there with the statues in the house. Where did the ideas for those things come around?
Well, that was really to do with Mark and Alex Neville, wasn't it?
We had a great DOP. We planned every shot beforehand and that, but then we slaved one camera as well, so we had one camera picking out details. So we'd shoot it very traditionally with the wides and mids and the things, and then we'd do all the moving shots. So we had plenty of time to film each scene. But then it was important to pick up the details, so then we'd have a camera following hands and a camera following what each person was looking at, so we could choose every single angle. And we shot it to death as well.
And we did do stuff, you know, when we saw things, we thought, oh, let's get that, didn't we?
We
it was kind of quite organic, some of the process as well. We
You can see that. You can see it's a real collaborative piece.
Yes.
And I mean, again, just the heart and passion that's gone into it. What's next? Are you going to make another film together, or...?
We're hoping to, aren't we? I'm working on something at the minute, a storyline at the minute, so I've just got to get on with it, really. And hopefully that will be next year. We're hoping to film it next year, and we've got other things as well in the bag. But there's a couple of things, yeah.
Yeah, so. we really believed in the story of Before Dawn quite passionately, and we want to get another story that we feel the same with. So we've got other stories that keep coming to the fore and keep going back, and then we've produced the scripts and then said, it's not as strong as Before Dawn, we're not doing it, so let's go for this one. So we're trying to get a script that we're absolutely behind and have the same feelings for that we did with Before Dawn, and we've got one that we're really going to go for in January or February, and you know, we've got some backing as well for it, so we're like, you know, so.
I think you're right, though. I think when you've got a good story and the writing's fantastic and the actors can get really involved in their characters, then you do have this fabulous journey to go on, and you can't help but draw in the audience. What would you like the audience to take away from the experience of seeing this film?
I mean, for me, if someone's moved, then we've done our job. If one person can relate to the characters, to the relationships, that's great. But also, there's also the whole blood zombie excitement thing. So it hopefully will appeal to both sides, you know, and people like me who wasn't a massive zombie fan, who they might be converted to be watching more horror and more zombie as well, and vice versa, you know. So
you got it spot on with the zombies. I mean, they're terrifying. Yeah. I mean, and that brings me to ask about your special effects department. The makeup was absolutely fantastic, and it is scary to see it, but there's so much humour involved with the zombies. You can't help but laugh at some of the sequences, you know.
Well, yeah, we wanted that relentlessness of things, so that it was people that had never experienced violence or fighting in their lives, and certainly not murder and death. So it was just throwing that at that's what the setup of the first 20 minutes was. Although you're reminded that there is something coming with little bits and bats, so you're saying to the horror fans, you know, all right, you know, you got 5 minutes to go and something coming. It was more effective to have it happen to real human beings, but then when they came, having the noise of the zombies being that relentless thing, you know, we wanted that, like the 5-minute section in the garage. It becomes so fierce and so on top that once he's killed and he gets back up again, it's like you do find yourself laughing at the releases, think, oh my god, this isn't going to end, you know. So yeah, that was quite important, that. And the design of the zombies was great, because it was supposed to be that the virus goes from the inside and pushes everything else out. So your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your bum, everything. Like showing the bed, exploding, you know, full of blood. It just gives out.
The leg underneath the bed covers was absolutely amazing. And you just worried for your character so much, because I think everybody's probably hoping that you're going to resolve the problems.
Well, that's the interesting thing, that the zombies bring a second chance for the relationship in a funny sort of way, you know, but hope has gone, but there's maybe still a spark in some way, and that's what the tragic thing is. And then once it all fails, then he gets the phone call from the daughter, and you just think,
horrendous.